And on that question of coalitions, Jo Swinson was asked about it this morning, and she said, no, I am not sending out a message that Lib Dem votes will put Jeremy Corbyn into number 10 when she was asked about a coalition with Jeremy Corbyn with Labour. And she has said the same when asked about a coalition with the Tories. I mean, you can imagine how toxic that would be for the Liberal Democrats. So are the Lib Dems the solution or the answer, I suppose, to the question of seismic political change? And is that what you're looking for? Are you ready for that change? 0345 606 0973, the number. You can text 84850 or tweet at LBC. Ollie has already called from East Finchley. Hi, Ollie.
Hi, Sheila. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Yes. Where are you on all of this?
Okay, so my position is as follows. I really understand people have very, very strong positions on Leave and Remain and all other policies. But I really strongly believe that all decent human beings have to have one priority above all else in this election, which is to stop Jeremy Corbyn becoming Prime Minister. And I know Jo Swinson has said she won't form a coalition with him. But the reality is, if the parliamentary arithmetic are in a place where, you know, the Lib Dems have a significant size and Labour have a, let's say, a slightly bigger size, even if they don't do a formal coalition, they will, by having so many people voting Lib Dem over, say, prioritising stopping Jeremy Corbyn and voting Tory, then they'll usher in a minority Labour government where the Lib Dems will have some kind of agreement where it won't be a coalition. And I really believe that even if Jeremy Corbyn is chained down by, let's say, other smaller parties, some Remain alliance, that doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter, I dare say, what policies Jeremy Corbyn does. The very reality of Jeremy Corbyn being the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, one of the world's greatest democracies, one of the world's greatest powers, would send a message to people that support terror groups around the world, to anti-Semites here at home and around the world, that say, you know what, you're legitimate, you're okay. What? Because if the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom can support the IRA and can show support for Hamas, you know, he often gets away with saying, "Oh, I was just talking to them," but he wasn't just talking to them. He actually endorsed these terror groups when everyone says, "Oh, he said Hamas and Hezbollah are our friends," and he gets away with that by saying, "Well, you have to speak to both sides." Listen to that video again. A few sentences later, he says that Hamas, an organisation which throws gays off rooftops, which drags their political opponents through the streets till they die, and which calls for the genocide of Jews worldwide, not just in Israel, worldwide. He said that they were, quote, working for peace and social justice, and it's a big, big historical mistake for the British government to label them a terrorist organisation.
All right, let me tell you, there's a two-pronged answer you've given me there. The first bit about coalitions, I mean, isn't the truth of any parliament that individual MPs and individual parties on individual issues will or won't support particular votes? So that kind of stuff doesn't require any announcement or... Yeah, let me finish. It doesn't require any announcement. It doesn't require even a confidence and supply arrangement. That stuff goes on all the time in parties anyway. I mean, we've seen it happen, haven't we? So that's, you know, that's just a given.
That's irrelevant because my concern is I don't care what kind of agreement or how they say we'll vote for this or won't vote for that. A vote for any other party than the Conservative Party is a vote for Jeremy Corbyn being Prime Minister. And I don't care what policies he does. The very reality of him being Prime Minister sends a message to all those people that hate the West, that hate Jews, that hate, that support the IRA.
Ollie, again,
you are legitimate.
All right, and I know that. Let me get into some of the detail, though. It depends which constituency you're talking about as to whether, if your mission is to keep Jeremy Corbyn out of office, it depends which constituency you're in as to whether it is or isn't a vote for, a Conservative vote is or isn't the right thing to do. If you're voting strictly to keep Jeremy Corbyn out of office, do you accept that?
I will accept that if you are in a very Labour stronghold and there's a secondary party that's coming very close to the top of the polls, then perhaps go for that. But in the vast majority of cases, I would say that, you know, it has to be, forget your position on Labour or Labour.
Are you a Jewish man? Are you a Jewish man?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Deeply wounded you by the sounds of it.
Sorry?
It's wounded you, has it, all of this, by the sound of it?
Well,
and alarmed you.
I think if Jeremy Corbyn becomes Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, and I say this as a Jew, but I think all decent human beings would hear this, it will usher in I believe, the most significant downturn in Jewish history since the end of World War II. Not just for Jews in Britain, but for around the world.
I mean, Ollie, you won't get me doing anything other than criticising those dreadful comments that you see on Twitter and the like, and some of the comments that have emerged, anti-Semitic language and statements that have emerged in some of the Labour meetings that have been videoed and the like. They are an abomination. But are you reassured in any way, shape or form by Jeremy Corbyn's, and to be fair to the man, to his persistent and consistent message that the party, yes, he did admit finally that the party was not getting it fully right and was too slow, but they say they've changed proceedings and are tackling it. Are you reassured by any of that?
Sheila, I actually care a lot less about all these people on Twitter and all the other things that happened. Much less than I care about Jeremy Corbyn himself. I just quoted to you what he said about Hamas. He supported them and said they're an organisation which calls for the genocide of Jews worldwide and the destruction of the Jewish state. He is, and he can take me to court for this. I'm very, very confident that man is anti-Semitic. So I don't care. There's no point reassuring me about anything he does. He is the problem. There are other issues, but he is the number one problem.
Well, Ollie, I don't know if he's anti-Semitic or not, and I know that even senior figures like Margaret Hodge have said she doesn't know if he's anti-Semitic in his heart, in his mind, or not. And and I know that you don't have to take the same care that I do in conversations like this, but that has to be said. Thank you, Ollie, for your call.